Hey, good morning, Shore family. Chip Watson, Jersey Shore Real Estate Experts, brokered by eXp Realty, coming to you from the beautiful Jersey Shore here in Cape May County on this crisp November morning. Welcome to the Wednesday Wake Up. This is your real estate wake up call to living at the Jersey Shore. So whether you're sipping coffee today in Wildwood Crest or dreaming of a sunset over Stone Harbor, we got three massive stories for you today that could reshape our beaches, our budgets, and our backyards. So grab that mug and let's dive in. If you haven't already subscribed, please smash that subscribe button, hit the bell, and give us a like so you can join our crew of people who love the Jersey Shore. And if you're into Crest, drop a Crest strong in the comments if you're checking us out from Wildwood Crest. Congrats to the re-elected mayor and his team. So first up, let's dive into this bombshell that came out of DC. President Trump has pushed for a 50-year mortgage. The FA is eyeing this to smash monthly payments when prices are nuts and rates are 6%. Put it in perspective, a $650,000 second home here at the Jersey Shore, payments can drop from about $3,000 in principal and interest to about $2,500 a month in principal and interest. That's a 30-year versus a 50-year. So you're gonna have extra cash for taxes or going out to dinner and things like that. But here's the history lesson that we just can't ignore. So back in 1934, the FHA, they invented the 30-year mortgage, to fix Depression's housing issues. Short-term loans were killing folks, and it worked short-term into jacking up ownership over those years to the 60s. It jacked up ownership from 40% to 60%. So what was the unintended consequence? What happened was there was suburban sprawl. That's when something like redlining minorities out of certain areas came into play. Speculative bubbles that led to the implosion in 2008. Prices actually outpaced wages. Inventory froze. And then we had a low rate lock-in and 80 to 90% of early payments went to interest. It's trapping families in debt. So what's with this 50-year proposal? It's basically the same playbook, but it's amplified. So folks will save $70 to $100 less per month per $100,000 they borrow. But interest tops out at about $1.1 million on a $500,000 loan. So what it used to cost you $580,000 over 30 years is going to balloon to 1.1 over that 50. And basically equity will build at a snail pace. So under 5% principal per year, the risk is bigger. What it does is it risks bigger wealth gaps, frozen markets, and bubbles on steroids. Critics call it economic slavery. Just how the 30-year fueled inequality for Cape May. It may be very great for cash flow on Margate, but dicey for flips and mid-storm risk. History says that fixed supply, not the debt terms. So love to hear your comments below as to how you feel about the 50-year. Next up, New York City Exodus. With the recent election in the Big Apple, with Zohan Mondami and winning the electoral vote for the mayor race, this could propel a lot of millionaires eyeing the Parkway South. With rent, controls, and taxes, they're boosting our ferry edge economy as an escape. So recently, Zillow just noticed that New York to Cape May searches are up 22% just since that election. So could this mean that luxury in Stone Harbor and Margate seeing 5% over ask from New York City offers? Could we see 6 to 10% price jumps on the 7 Mile Island by spring? Year-round, short-term rentals for remote workers could go into Monmouth County. Inventory is tight at 2.8 months of luxury inventory. So with these 50-year mortgages coming into play, how's all this going to come in? If you're in Ventnor, maybe you need to list now. In local news, election results in Wildwood Crest brought in Don Cabrera and his team of Joe Franco and Tony Fusarolo, and they swept the votes and basically gave a referendum to the Crest that there's a clear mandate for public works, tourism, and smart beach protection. That ties into the New Jersey DEP and their Dune drama. So contrary to some headlines, Mayor Cabrera clarified that Crest never withdrew from the Dune project. They pushed for revisions to protect the beach environment and the emergency management ADA accessibility. and the resilient dunes that are already in place in the crest. So in his words, we asked for some revisions without limiting the emergency and ADA access. Unfortunately, it appears that the Army Corps of Engineers and the New Jersey DEP have decided to terminate the project. So I believe with that, the greater collaboration and flexibility and reasonable adjustments could have been made. So the Crest was trying to work with the state. The state didn't like what the Crest had to say about the beaches. Cabrera went on to hammer the issue. Massive sand blowing, streaks of beaches, hundreds of feet, not in the earlier plans that they had, turning replenishment into evacuation. That moves the ocean closer to the homes and property. They just want to demolish some existing dunes. Recent storms like Hurricane Irene, they showed that our wide beaches and that our natural barriers protected our community and provided minimal damage when we did have a severe storm. So our beaches are our greatest asset here in the Crest. And unnecessary engineering influence is just not the answer. And it could, again, lead to unintended consequences. There's a theme today. So with the Cabrera's team being revoted into the mayorship of the Crest, we're going to see our beach solution is not going to be dictated by the New Jersey Department of Protection. There has to be exploration in North Wildwood for new sand sources other than relying on the Crest. Each community has to protect it and its residents. Although it may not be positive for North Wildwood in this regard, it's just going to allow them to look for a true natural solution rather than one that doesn't seem to be proving very effective. In regards to North Wildwood, it's not North versus the Crest. It's protection for what we love, for real estate. Preserved wide beaches mean that we have killer views, accessibility, and a short-term rental appeal. So narrowing the sand is just going to scare off even buyers and people that want to own here. Hey, props up to Mayor Cabrera and standing firm and not allowing the state to dictate what's going to happen in the Crest. Well, that's it from Cape May County. Mortgage warning, New York City influence, beach battles, they're all in the crossroads. So tag a friend if they're in the Crest. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest, we'd love to give some advice in that regard to real estate. Reach out to us, shoot us a text, leave us a comment. We look forward to seeing you next time from the Jersey Shore. Take care.